Hi, hi, person. So, for this vlog, I have a topic in mind, and it's about how the process of humanity, that my process of change, that your process of change, that in any moment where you are reflecting on something inside of you and you're observing yourself and you realize something, you learn something, and you change yourself in some way. That's the process of all of us of changing ourselves. That this process has been something that has existed forever, and it's not really defined by any of us as individuals. That this process is a process of the whole, of the greater, of the entirety of things. And so you could say it's the process of humanity, the process of life. And if you really look back throughout history, this process has always been here. There's always been people pushing for change, pushing for self-understanding, pushing for taking that next step, making that new thing to better, to become better. And when you are facing your individual points in your life, with your name, like my name's Yogan, so your name, your story, your personalities, your situation in the world. So like for me, like my story, my history, my situations, my life, where I am at in the world, that each of us, what we're walking is something that is humanity's process. It is something that's not really defined or limited to just ourselves individually. This is something that is within everyone. That we're actually just walking humanity's process. And it's something that has been coming for a long time. And we're just here reaching to this point. The things that are within us, everything, it is all of our points, humanity's points. It really belongs to all of us because it's really within all of us. None of us are more special or more great, more wise, or more experienced, even stronger. We all are actually really just one and equal. And those of us who are doing things, learning things, changing things that are first before others, the pioneers, we aren't greater, we aren't more, we aren't better. We just happened to be the first. It could have been anyone. It could have been anyone else. And this is just how it is, because there's always just going to be those first few, because that's how life works. And I'm not saying that you don't have free will or you don't have choice. Of course you do. But from the grand scheme of things, from looking at everything within everything, there really is no choice from that level of seeing everything through everything's eyes. The ones who are learning things first, the inventors, the pioneers, their job is always to make way for the future, for those who will walk the same path, so that it's easier, so that it's better, so it's faster. It's like you're building a path through the wilderness, through a forest. In the beginning, there were no paths, no roads. Someone had to make a road, make a path. And this happens in nature, that when persons start walking in a forest, they naturally start creating a path. And so the next person comes along, and they naturally walk the same path. And they naturally make that path much easier to be walked for the next person. And so on and so forth until you have a really nice dirt path that's really clear. Maybe make a road of it one day. But that's how this process is like. No one's greater. Not really. I mean, fast forward 100,000 years from now, when everyone's got it, right? We're all equal at that point. So, I mean, for me, that's evidence that we're not really greater. Just some of us were fortunate, blessed, lucky to have met the right people, to be in the right situations, the right moments. Because that's just how things are. And so then those few have a task, a responsibility to themselves and to others to walk the path. For me, I know I've been lucky and fortunate. I know that I've met the right people. I've had, let's say, the right experiences that were given to me. And yes, I did have my part to play where I made the decisions and I lived my own point as a person. But at the same time, anywhere along that road that I walked, something could have happened. Something could have forced me in a certain direction or simply be absent, where it wouldn't have given me a lesson, or given me a chance to learn something, or support of some kind, or something. So yeah, here I am, doing this video, talking about grand scheme of things and undeniable truths. The really heart of things. At the really heart of things, we all are one and equal. We just happen to be in different points of time. And a long time from now, we will all actually be equal in awareness, understanding, and so much more. So I guess that whole time is relative kind of thing. Because in the distant future, when we're all actually understanding the same points when it comes to existence and who we are as self, you know? So that's just how things are. Here's where we are right now. The future doesn't exist. It's not written in stone. Yet it is certain what the only outcome can be. So when we walk our points, us as individuals, we are walking humanity's points, everyone's points. And yes, of course, our individual points. And they're one and the same. Just because something is a dog doesn't mean it can't also be an animal. Something can be many different things at the same time. So, is there really anyone who's an enemy? Who is to blame for something that must be punished, tortured, to be yelled at? You are me in another life. We are all each other in different lives. So take care, person. Take care. Bye.